Welcome back, everybody. Time for Watchlist, and I'm going to recommend something that I ran into after last night's Chiefs game.
What? Really?
Yes.
Okay, now really, that surprises me more than anything else because I figured you'd be watching Adele.
You know, I recorded Adele, but we had some people over for dinner, and we started with the game, so we stayed with the game, and they left, and I went to wash my hair, and I came back in. I like to let it dry for a little bit, so I'm flipping around, seeing if there's news on, right? So I go to all the news channels, and I land on CNN, and it is somewhere in the middle of this documentary series called Diana, okay? As you can guess, it is about the life of Lady Diana Spencer, later Diana, Princess of Wales, of course. Now, I've been seeing promos of this, but I haven't seen any of it until last night. There are 6 parts. Last night was apparently number 6. Keep in mind, I only saw part of it, but I will say I want to see it all, okay? It starts with Diana's upbringing as a young person, meeting the prince and getting engaged as a 19-year-old, walking down the aisle at age 20. Can you imagine?
No.
On worldwide television at this point.
Yes.
Of course, this series ends with her tragic death and how Charles and the Queen had to break the tragic news to Princes William and Harry. That was one of the most heartbreaking things, the procession when they were following the casket through the streets, and they were all walking behind her. You know, during the funeral, Diana's brother praised his sister and blamed the paparazzi front on the media for her death, pretty much. And at the end of his talk, a noise erupted in the chapel, and you know, you have all these eyewitness accounts who were there, and they were all saying, "What is that noise?" And they thought it was raining or something. It was all of the people outside. There were thousands and thousands of arrangements of flowers all over outside of Buckingham Palace. People outside were applauding after he sat down. That was what the people were hearing. Then the people in the chapel apparently started applauding as well.
Really?
It was a very heartfelt thing that her brother said. Lots of voices in this documentary. Look how young she looks there.
She's kind of forever young, though.
She is. You know, she's dying at 36, my goodness, but she was so young. But you hear voices and you see interviews with people who knew her, who worked with her. Much of what you will hear in this documentary is her own voice. You hear her describing details of her life, which adds a whole other depth to the documentary series. Do you remember, Tom, where you were when you heard roughly about?
Unfortunately, I do not remember where I was. I remember, though, just kind of being shocked by it. It's like, wait, what? This is one of the people who's kind of always there, and now she's gone. And I was stunned by it. I truly was.
Oh, everybody.
I don't remember exactly what I was doing, though.
Well, I was just a couple of months in this town. It was in 1997.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I was just across. I was not in the newsroom. I was not on the other side of that wall in the newsroom at the time.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday night, as I recall it. My husband and I were watching a movie. When the movie ended, it flipped over to SNL. So I want to see what's going on SNL. We thought it was a Weekend Update thing that was a terrible skit. We thought, well, how do you can't do that. You know, and we thought that it was a joke. Then we realized it was not a Weekend Update. It was the real deal. And it was so shocking. And I remember being up late and thinking a lot of people in the U.S. do not know. It's late enough that they don't know what happened. And anyway, there is also a CNN podcast series called When Diana Met. That is about relationships she had with notable people who met, of course, and knew her. And Spencer, the movie, is in theaters right now. Kristen Stewart getting a ton of positive buzz about her portrayal about Diana, but everybody's talking about her because of Spencer. But I would give this a watch if you have the time and need something to entertain you for a bit.
Sounds good, though.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
Sounds really good.
For sure.
All right, we'll be right back after this.